Today we're going to cover the pyramids of Egypt. In today's lesson we're going to talk about the 3 phases of how to construct a pyramid. We're going to talk about the 3 most common styles of pyramids in Egypt. And we're going to talk about the first pyramid ever known to be built. So let's start with a little bit of an introduction to pyramids. Pyramids are constructed to house dead pharaohs and queens. Imhotep built the first pyramid for King Djoser around 2580 or 2580 BCE or before Common Era. Most of the pyramids were built during the Old and the Middle Kingdom of Egypt. We're going to talk more about that in the Egyptian unit. There is 3 phases of the construction of a pyramid. Phase 1 is to prepare the site. Phase 2 is to build the pyramid itself. And phase 3 is the finishing touches. We'll go over all 3 phases in the next few boards. So let's begin with phase 1. Phase 1 begins with leveling the ground to determine the stability of the pyramid. After the ground has been leveled, peasants plow and dig until they hit solid dirt and solid ground, where there's no rocks, there's no grass, there's no soil, there's just straight dirt, flat dirt. To accurately level the site, to make it even all the way across the pyramid site, peasants cut holes in the ground and fill them with water, then mark the water level and drain the water. That way they have an accurate mark to where they need to fill and where they need to cut the ground down to the mark and fill it with rubble. Now what is rubble? Rubble is like land. Rubble is dirt, ground, whatever they can find to flatten it back out. So what they have done is they have filled it with water after they cut the holes. Then they mark the water level and drain the water. Then they cut the ground down to the mark and fill it back up with rubble up into the mark. Then they cut the tomb for the pharaoh. They cut the tomb for the pharaoh down into the ground, and they cut trap doors and other traps for people that want to try to steal stuff out of the pyramid. Yes, there were trap doors. Yes, there were traps in the pyramid itself. That preparing the site stage is when they were doing all these trap cuts and beginning to put the traps in play. Let's go over the next 2 steps. The second step after they have leveled the site, you begin the building of the pyramid. Peasants move bricks and stones from a storage area to a construction area. What that process basically means is you have to take a lot of rope, put it underneath the stone or the brick, then 20 peasants have to begin the pulling process. It can be anywhere from 100 feet to a mile to 2 miles to even 5 miles for 1 stone. You can only do 1 stone per trip. So you do 1 stone, you have to go all the way back, do another stone, all the way back, another stone, all the way back. As the peasants are removing the stones, bricklayers have to lay the brick and the stone. As I said, you go 1 load at a time. The bricklayers can only go layer by layer as well. After all the layers have been built, so the entire pyramid is built all the way up, a gold cap, like a triangle pyramid looking piece of gold, is placed on the top. That's what you see the gold piece. It is placed at the end. The pyramid has been built, but the pyramid is not rough when you see it in pictures. So phase 3, finishing touches. Stonemasons smooth the sides of the pyramid. There is only one way that ancient Egyptian stonemasons did this. They took picks and hammers and basically started clicking it. And they kept on. This process chopped away the limestone until it was completely smooth. If there was 1, 2, 3, 4 sides of it, they would have to do each side 1 piece by 1 piece. Okay? If they had a lot of stonemasons, you could kind of split the amount of work each one was doing, and one could focus on each side, or multiple people could focus on each side, and you get the job done quicker, but it had to be right. because this burial site was for the leader of Egypt. Now, that's the 3 steps of pyramid building. What about the tops of pyramids? There's the true pyramid. This is the flat sides, this is the polished, this is smooth, this is limestone. The true pyramid is the pyramids that you will see in the pictures. You will also see in books, in magazines, in movies that take place in Egypt. Those are mostly true pyramids. You also have a step pyramid. A step pyramid is where gigantic steps go up to the top of the pyramid. It is primarily built out of stone. What the step pyramid was built to do was it was believed to be steps to the clouds or steps to heaven in ancient Egyptian eyes. The final type of pyramid is the bent pyramid. The bent pyramid is the pyramid that takes the least amount of time to do. It is smooth, it is curved sides, it is stone and limestone. You basically throw it together. You don't have to really make sure it's not as authentic as a true pyramid. It's just like a mound, and let's just make it look like a pyramid. So there are 3 types. There's the true, the step, and the bent. Now let's review. We have talked about the tops of the pyramids. We have talked about the 3 stages of pyramids, the finishing touches, the build a pyramid, and the prepare the site. We have talked about how Imhotep built the first pyramid for King Djoser in 2580 BCE. And this ends the flip lesson for pyramids today.